Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Episode 13. These and Ghosts. We're still waiting on Nyx. We'll see if he shows up. If not, that is okay. The show must go on. That being said, though, we do have a small announcement today. We're going to most definitely be switching our time to 30 minutes earlier than it currently is. So 6 p.m. Central Standard Time instead of 6:30. That is to help, Nyx to, not be so tired as he stays up late for our game to, join us for it. But while we're waiting on them, and perhaps not waiting, we'll continue to play as long as we can without them. Who wants to do the recap for Extra Hero Point?
Ready for it as usual?
Go for it.
Cool. Okay. So, the festival of the first long night was underway. We had participated in some activities such as lantern crafting, tatami chopping, cutting sounds good, cutting.
Mm-hmm.
And also a very poetic and reflection-based admiration of the moon. And finally, a play that was themed around the corruption of government under the Langlois and the town coming together to survive the winter. Very topical, because that's what we were preparing for at this time. Well, one day, a woman from the bun shop came to us and told us about a curse in her shop where hair had been accumulating and getting into everything, including the food and all over like the ceiling, the rafters, and walls, and it reminded us of reports around the village of clumsy mishaps happening. Maybe not related, but very suspicious anyway. Well, turned out very likely not to be related. There was a ghost that was haunting the place because this woman was related to a man who had murdered a woman a long time ago, and this was his granddaughter. She vowed to atone for her grandfather's wicked deeds and fallen honor by sharing this tale to the village once we solved it. We continued to research the wall of fog of ghosts that was surrounding the old monastery, but we were interrupted one day when we noticed that, first of all, the cat that was hanging around our tea house had grown roughly into the size of a tiger and could speak. Not coincidentally, the very next day, an elderly gentleman had passed away, but the corpse was missing. She had suspected the herbalist from a crematory, but we weren't convinced. We found the corpse behind our tea house, under our cat Yami's control. We convinced him to let the corpse go and not to play with the dead in such a way, and managed to actually gain his respect by handling them like a person and not some terrible monster or something. Well, we finally did complete the ritual preparations to get into the monastery with the help of our two main town elders and the theater director. Bowsen performed this ritual with them and managed to cut a gap through the ghost wall. But what we saw inside concerned us. It was foggy all around, and the forest, when we could see it, it looked younger, in a sense. This was the area where the monastery was, but perhaps from older times, long ago. We saw a heartless corpse on a stone, and the corpse is pointing to the north. We identified this woman as Tan Sui Jing, the hero who defeated Kugapti hundreds of years ago. And engraved in this rock was Kugapti's name. And we heard her ghostly voice in our minds, "Find the seed." We went up the path that was pointed to, and we came upon a massive, monstrous vulture picking at a heart. It demanded that we walk away, but we could not. It was time to do battle with Kugapti.
You're not sure this is him, but
we theorize.
It's an idea. That being
We
said,
could be wrong. We could just be picking on a bird.
yes. Even so, the strange creature, as it picks at this heart, roars in anger, and these small reverberations reveal themselves out from the heart, sort of tearing themselves out from it. These little Keko daemons. You guys are familiar with these from other campaigns. But that being said, I do need somebody to run Liao Dan for the purposes of combat. Is anybody willing to take that charge?
Oof. I am tempted to say yes, because I think I know how he does his turns. He does his roll to get...
Have you
I'm not
played?
I have
entirely sure.
no idea how he's played.
I think I know.
Yeah, have you... Okay, good. Yeah, it's basically your investigation... You make an investigation, like, of the creature, or whatever it's called, devise a stratagem, then you shoot, second action, stuff like that. Basically, it's kind of simple. So, we'll figure it out. So, configure ownership. Neldu, you are also owner. There we go. Show must go on, so we continue as is. Let's go to combat. Roll your initiatives, please, guys. Turn this off. Let's do some battle music. Okay, so I'm going to roll initiative for everybody here. For some reason I'm lagging a lot. I don't know why. But anyway, it should be fine. So, that being said, Yuga, a really high roll from you. You really don't like this creature or what it's doing. You imagine it's up to no good. Well, of course it is. What do you want to do for your, 3 actions?
Yeah, that's right. Wow, it's actually tricky. Okay, so that's a line. I don't like that one. Okay. So you kind of have a grouping. What's the radius of a 10-foot burst? Ooh, I think I want to do a 10-foot burst spell.
Okay.
Am I close enough? Hold on. Okay, so I think I need to stride 10 feet.
Are these logs considered difficult terrain and whatnot?
Those are... Yeah, I'm gonna say they are. Yeah, they're pretty big. Disruptive to your movement.
Okay, 3 spaces ought to be enough. And I cast Concordant Choir.
The vulture spoke
Space
to us,
burst?
correct?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
Seems to be intelligent.
I'll keep that in mind for later.
Alright. So, you unleash this little thing here, this Concordant Choir, on these 3. Let's roll their fortitude saves. See what's going on with them. I see failures across the board, in fact, even from the vulture.
And I see 2 damage.
2 damage is... Yeah, is what it's going to be. Okay. 2 damage across the board.
I'm helping.
Hey, that's 8 damage in total. That's not bad.
Well, 6.
That's damage.
But yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't count.
That being said, Yuga, that is you. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background for me at the moment. Shugo, your turn. What are you doing?
Well, Shugo's gonna head straight for the first biggest threat that he can see. He's gonna kind of launch himself off of these logs to land kind of precariously on top of this one next to the vulture.
Plenty of movement to do so.
And He's gonna reach out with one of his claws and try to grab the vulture's foot to keep it from potentially flying off somewhere.
Okay.
To grab it.
As you grab towards it, once again, it seems like it's not... Well, actually, it does seem like a very strong creature, but you guys just are proving to be stronger than it. And, yes, you're able to grab on.
He's then going to whip around to the other smaller creature behind him and kind of try to wrap his tail around it to grab it as well.
Okay.
I'm going to be using Assurance Athletics for this.
Not a bad idea, actually. Against a creature like that?
It's a small-looking creature, maybe it will work. I don't know exactly how to roll that, but... I think the check
go
is
rolling
going to be...
10 plus your proficiency.
So, 14. No, it would be... You had your level to it still, correct? Or do you not add your level?
Yeah, your
Take
proficiency is your plus your level, yep.
So, 18.
That is beyond its fortitude save. It is also grabbed automatically with that assurance. You get a hold of these flying creatures, not allowing them to go anywhere else. I think that's going to be your turn.
That's all 3 actions. You guys can take care of these, right?
I think we
No
can.
response. But this creature, this Kekadaemon, it was trying to go for the back line, but as you sort of whip it with your tail, it turns around and you see its orange eyes begin to glow, and it lets out this blood-curdling shriek towards you. It's going to try to cast a fear spell on you. But it is grabbed, so it needs to roll a DC on that, and it rolls a natural 1. You just jostle it around as it's trying to muster up the energy to cast the spell. It completely fails.
I hold its mouth closed.
Something like that. It does try to snap back at you as you're holding its mouth, but it's not able to do anything. That one is basically removed from play thanks to your efforts. This one is going to fly across the ground here, still at ground level, 5 feet, towards Yuga here. And let's see. Just going to go for 2 bites at the moment.
There's no way you can hit me.
It
Ow.
pierces through the mage armor that you have. And as it pierces both flesh, the shield and your flesh, it also pierces the spirit just a bit. I also need a fortitude save.
No, I was using that spirit.
Yeah. They're reporting?
I want to avoid a crit fail.
Okay. Probably a good idea there. You do actually end up succeeding on this disease that it was going to
Oh, cool.
place upon you. You're fine now, and probably a good thing since you're out here for so long. Wouldn't be able to go back to get it cured or anything like that. But it goes for 1 more bite against you. Agile, map attack. This one will exactly hit, even though you have your shield up. Or your mage armor, rather. You will take a little bit less damage this time. It doesn't get as much purchase against you, but I do need another fortitude save.
Okay.
This one, perfectly fine.
Oh, that's good.
You're able to push it off before it can really get anything into your body. Baozin, over to you.
Alrighty. I'm going to use my first action to stride.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 2 other actions targeting the vulture. And I'm going to cast a spell I think might work. Blistering Incentive. I need a will save from it.
Blistering Invective against the vulture itself. All right.
I misspoke.
It rolls pretty decently well on that. So even with an 18, it only succeeds by a 6. So it's the right save, the wrong roll. It
Dang.
takes half
Okay, well,
the persistent.
Okay. Do I roll the damage now?
Yeah. Okay. So, click half on that. Half of 2d6. Whatever that ends up being, it's still, on it. It's still doing something to it, as a little bit of that invective burns its feathers.
But it didn't roll, it just...
What
it
do you
will
mean?
take damage at the end of its turn.
At the end of its turn.
Oh,
For persistent.
Oh, that applies it. And
Mhm.
that's all my actions.
Okay. You go back now to the heart-eating vulture. It's going to, let's see. As it was sort of finishing, or trying to finish its meal there, it sort of shrieks at Shugo as it's being grabbed by you. And it is going to immediately vomit what it had been doing, or had been trying to digest earlier. So I need a fortitude save from you. 5. That is a failure.
That's gross.
As the acidic sort of juice, or whatever you want to call it, hits you, you are also sickened. Oops, yes, you can reduce that to 1. It's going to, let's see, take the challenge and start biting at you. They do hit. For 10 damage total, I need a fortitude save as well, because there's some... Yeah, this is a disgusting creature. It's obviously carrying some sort of disease.
I'm gonna reroll it.
Okay. A much better roll. In fact, you don't feel like you were affected all that much. It's going to do a map attack Talon, which will hit as well. As it quickly slices towards you, you're going to take 15 more points of damage. And with that, we're going to go over to Leodon. What does Leodon do?
Oh
One of us
boy.
takes
Does he
its,
need to target someone specific for his...
Yes. So you have to declare which target is going to be your devise a stratagem target.
We know about the daemons.
We've never seen these before. We don't know anything about them.
Oh, right. We've never seen them before. Okay, so yeah, gonna target this one by not Kiba, Kuja.
Hmm.
My brain is everywhere today.
Sorry to dump this on you.
No. I volunteered for this. This is my own. I grabbed this cross voluntarily. I will suffer with it. Alrighty. Where is the button? There is devise a strategist. That is the wrong button.
Yeah, there's another way to do it. There we go. So as long as you have the creature targeted, it should apply the effect.
So to roll, do I click apply effect?
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. A pretty good roll there.
That sounds like a roll. How do I...
You just strike with the crossbow in your inventory. It should use the correct intelligence.
Yep, I see it using it.
Doesn't he get a recall knowledge when he uses devise a stratagem as well?
Correct, yes. So that would be a
automatic.
Mm-hmm. That would be a religion check if you want to do that. You are able to identify these as the Cacodemons I mentioned earlier. What do you want to know specifically about these creatures?
Any special abilities?
Let's see. Special abilities, you already saw it. Cast spells, you already know it's disease. Well, if a creature dies next to it, it can ingest the soul of the creature, as per Soul Lock.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you don't want to really die around these creatures.
Leodon's probably going to say a tip such as don't die. No, I'm not going to
Very
roll for him.
Yeah, no.
Okay, and was that 2 actions or 1 action?
That
Hold
is
that.
1 action. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, next he's going to strike.
Critical, in fact, with that devised stratagem. Roll that critical
And I
damage
should
on the
play his
circle.
character more often.
And 34 points of damage, because it's a fatal aim D12 crossbow.
Does it
I like that.
It, as the shot it basically pierces it, and yeah, like a balloon almost, sort of splatters everywhere, and it's, yeah, absolutely destroyed by that. The perfect shot.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yuga just kind of looks over at Leodon like, thank you.
I don't know what else he can do.
You can reload.
That's a good point. He's gonna reload.
Alright. The Sukung reloaded, and we go to this Cacodemon. It is going to flutter into the air about 20 feet and go like a leftwards, like right about here. It has enough movement for that. It is then going to cackle down at Yuga. That's
Sorry, shoot. I think I need a better mouse. Hold on.
Death.
There. I need to use my reaction to
Yes.
get hit points.
Put it in chat. You don't have to interrupt me verbally. If you put it in chat, I'll realize what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It'll be easier that way. But as you add that to yourself, it's still just going to do a fear spell on you.
Sure, but how many hit points do I get?
Oh, yes. 1 plus... It is a level 1 creature, so you figured that out.
Yes. Spellcasting attribute modifier plus level 1. And these are demons, these are not undead.
Unfortunately, yep.
That would have been amazing. There we go. Okay, you're doing something with fear,
Mm-hmm.
and that is targeting me?
Yes, roll your will save. Fortunately, you fail against the
Not a crit
fear
fail.
of this creature. You're frightened too, as it sort of cackles, the yellow orb, yellow eye sort of glows down at you. It's your turn now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm kind of shaking and trembling, but I still know the chance and I still know the movements. I'm going to fire off a Divine Lance at this one that's in front of me.
Okay. Quick Divine Lance up towards
It goes very wide.
You, are shuddering at the realization that you've never really encountered a demon, or a daemon rather, like this. This is
And then I put up Magical Shield.
much further than you've been dealing with before in this strange realm you found yourselves in. Shield goes up. Shugo, your turn. You'll lose your
Shugo's gonna
grip
try
if
to-
you don't reapply.
Yep. Shugo's gonna try to get this horribleness off of him.
Alright.
Try to retch the sickness.
Sort of shake it all off. Splatters to the ground. You are no longer sickened.
Alright, and before he loses his grapple on the little demon guy, he's gonna try to take it out.
Okay. You twist your coiling body down or over towards it and snap your jaws closed. That'll be a hit. And it has been a while since you guys had combat, so you do have some improvements in your damage. 15 is a lot, but not enough to kill it. Close.
Yes. Now I decide if I want to try to kill it or keep holding the boss. You know, I'm just gonna try to get it off the field.
Probably a good idea.
Chosen to make another bite attack, I guess. He's got it held. Pretty good chance of hitting again.
Unfortunately not. So try to come around for the bite again. It's wrenching in your grasp.
Well, that is the end of my turn, and both grapples fall.
Okay. As the grapple falls, this one is going to ignore you, Shugo, and rush into the back line, biting down at Baozin for 2 actions. Or 2 bites. So go first. The first does miss. The second does miss as well. You see this coming, Baozin, you're able to avoid it.
Very barbaric how they flow through. Let me shut up. I'm going to use one action to command my familiar to move 25 feet here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast Needle of Vengeance on the vulture with my next action. If it attacks Shugo at all, it will have to face my curse.
Okay. You did realize earlier that it does a pretty poor will save. It does fail it it does fail the will save there. So this will be on it.
It actually only... Oh, wait. It's not a will save to put it on. It's a will save whenever it commits the attack. The curse applies automatically.
I keep forgetting that, yeah. But either
It's
way,
fine.
it will
It's
have
weird.
attacked Shugo at some point, so yeah. We'll take that as its initial failure.
Thank you. As for the familiar balanced luck, I am going to debuff its armor class so that
Okay.
Shugo has an easier time fighting it.
Good idea there.
For my last action, I'm going to cast Shield.
Shield goes up. With that, we go over to the Hardy Vulture. It was going to attack Shugo, so it will take that extra 4 damage. You can roll the damage out for me if you want to real quick. Or it actually is able to strike. It will absolutely take that damage. That needle sort of implants itself into its mind for a moment. It realizes it's there, but it still goes through with this attack. Fails that one, and then realizing maybe it shouldn't be attacking like that, is going to fly over top and around the other side with its pretty substantial fly speed. It'll stay at a 5 feet hover, so it can still claw down at Baozin. And it rolls a natural 20 as Baozin. It comes for you with a rage for a total of 20 damage.
Oh. I've made a mistake.
That'll be its turn. Leodon.
Okay, I paused for a second. I forgot I was playing him. Okay. Seems like all 3 of his actions to do his turn, doesn't he?
Not necessarily. He can move, then do his thing, and then shoot. Then reload next turn. Just in a different
that
order.
makes sense. I am going to have him stride over here, targeting the vulture for devise a stratagem.
Let's see. 10 on the dice.
Not bad. That should hit if I go with the crossbow. Yeah, that's a big bonus.
With everything you got going for you, lowered armor class on it, yep, definitely a hit. So he plinks off another shot towards it for 12 total. Also, you can roll recall knowledge for it because he did devise a stratagem. This will be Arcana or Nature.
Arcana or Nature, okay.
Yeah, whichever one's better.
I realize I forgot to do stuff on Baozin's turn.
You're
That-
rolling it from Baozin, but it doesn't really matter. I think you both have a plus 10.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so it's fine. Alright, that'll be Leodon's turn. Now, look at Godaemon. This one, now that it has Yuga frightened, is going to lower itself down to you and start biting.
Oh wait, did the vulture take its fire damage?
Yes, it when its turn came around last time, it took the damage and then rolled above 15 for the flat DC to remove it.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Just for one strike. Second strike, though, comes around pretty fast. You are hit by it. Snapping its jaws into you for 5. I also need another fortitude save.
That'll just go for my temp HP. Cool. Hold on, actually.
I forgot about a spell. Oh well.
No, I could actually negate the entire thing with a shield block.
Unscathed, it absorbs it. Though it does go away.
I need to
And-
remember about my reactions more.
Yeah, it's at that level where you guys have a lot of them. But as it bites down towards you, you sort of focus all the energy of the shield spell directly in front. It bounces straight off of it, though it does shatter at the same time, so you're not able to do a shield spell for the future. Yuga, over to you then.
Concerned about Baozin, so I'm going to toss off a heal that way.
Okay.
That was a nasty, nasty crit.
And a pretty good roll for healing. 27. Back to max.
Very good roll, thank you.
Okay, I think I'm probably in a good physical position for now. What's the one up there? Badly injured? I want to try to shoot around Baozin.
Mm-hmm.
At the little one up there that's hurt. I can't do that.
Why?
I'm going
yeah,
to.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stab this one. I guess. I think I'm just gonna stab this one. Okay.
It's a successful stab. +1 silver dagger. Though unfortunately, daemons are not weak to silver.
It's worth a try.
1 damage is 1 damage.
Just kind of feeling this stuff out. I don't really know what is and isn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's my turn.
So with that, we go over to Shugo.
Quick question about this guy flying 5 feet in the air next to Yuga here.
Mm-hmm.
Would that prevent flanking?
Yes, that is part of the benefit of flying 5 feet up. Because you don't it sort of can look down at both of you.
Alright. Well. Shugo's going to leap down from this log over here towards the other daemon in the vulture. And he's going to exhale a wave of spiritual energy towards them. Like so. Fortitude saving throw, please.
Yes, sorry, God, this literally as soon as I start streaming, like everyone's messaging me for different shit. Natural 1 there, though. And a 13. Natural 1 on the Cacodemon. And a success on the Heart-Eating Vulture. Alright, so with that, the Cacodemon will take 8 total damage, which is actually enough to kill it, as it's sort of, you unleash this spiritual energy upon this daemon and it just obliterates it in, well, spectral fire. The other one takes half, 2 damage. Good job.
I am thrilled to see that one die.
That is all of my actions.
Alright, and you recharge just like the dragon monsters, actually. Baozin.
Okay. Sorry, people walked in and I looked away. So I'm gonna. Do I need to sustain that Needle of Vengeance? Yes, I'm gonna use 1 action to sustain Needle of Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
My shield drops because of that. And I need to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Don't forget that when you sustain it, you can do your spirit thing again, or your familiar ability.
Familiar Balanced Luck.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to buff my own armor class.
Might be a good idea.
I'll be honest, I kind of want him to hit me because there's a spell I want to cast. So, sustaining it, that leaves me with 2 actions. I am gonna cast Fear.
Okay. Straight to the mind of this creature, summoning up fears of not finding any more hearts to steal. It does succeed, but it's still frightened 1.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. Now, going on to the creature. Angry as it is at you, let's see, it doesn't have... It is going to shift here. So it has the ability to go for both of you. First, it's going to go for Shugo. It does realize there is still a threat there. Yeah, it'll roll its will save. There it is, okay. Though Shugo realizes this. He's able to dodge it. It fails because it is frightened, actually, too. So it'll take the 4 damage. It'll also swipe its claws at Baozin, which, again, misses because of the circumstances you have placed upon it. You've given yourself the luck and you've frightened it, both of which made that a miss.
Huh, okay, don't get to cast that spell, but I'm alive, so I'm happy.
Witch doing witch things, making all the difference with that frightened. Even though it succeeded on the fear spell. What are you doing with Liaodong?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have him reload. Then stratagem. That means check.
6. You can also recall knowledge with Arcana or Nature.
I'll just do a recall knowledge because it's free.
You are unfortunately still not able to tell anything about this creature. It seems wholly unique.
That explains it. Am I forced to utilize the divisive stratagem?
You are not. You can use a dexterity attack against another creature. Oh, am I having him sit on top of the other creature? Where's the other guy?
The only one that's alive
he's
still
over
is the
here.
one next to Yuga.
Yeah, so you can make it a dexterity attack with a different roll on a different creature.
Okay. So I'll just have him attack the other enemy.
I mean, hey, good hit. 11 damage. Not bad at all.
Not bad.
I'm disappointed Nyx isn't here to find his damage improved by a lot. But
It's me. My damage has improved.
of course, naturally, Nyx, in every single game we've had, he's always had terrible rolls.
Maybe he should go to a caster to apply saving throws.
Well, he's tried that, I think, and everyone rolls really high. But either way, this Kakudemon, it's angry at Liaodong. It's going to shift over towards Liaodong and just go for 2 bites. 18 on the first, 5 on the second. 1 hit. As it chomps into Liaodong for 4 damage, he needs to make a fortitude save. Which he definitely succeeds. No disease will be carried by him from this creature. Yuga, over to you.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to switch how to push talk. I'm going to try to see if I can take this thing out with the Divine Lance.
I mean, it's a hit. Let's see what damage you can do.
I'll take it.
112 total.
Oh my gosh,
4.
one of them wasn't a 1.
Not enough. That spiritual lance hitting it.
I don't know if a 1d4 damage roll from a knife is going to help at this point.
It is near death.
But what else can I do at this point other than run away? Which
Stab
I don't
it.
want to do. I'm going to stab.
That was sarcasm. Don't take it as serious advice.
I'm going to stab.
Okay, do it.
Not a crit.
No, you swing for it
Or
and
a
it
hit.
misses. Nothing there. That'll be your turn.
Worth a try.
Hugo.
Alright, this area right above Shugo, I think
It's under trees.
you
Oh, did I
pass through it? Yeah, you put up a wall.
Yeah,
basically.
sorry. Here, I can move you up. You can
That's
go
what I
under the
started
trees.
doing, Shugo's gonna circle around this vulture to kind of take advantage of Bozin's distraction.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go for an intimidating strike on it.
Okay.
Yo, you picked that up?
I've had it for a while.
And an 18 with the flank means an exact crit there. Roll the critical damage. It's going to be frightened 2 as you get around the backside of it and just leap up on it and start tearing into its back, just trying to flail you off of it. Eventually it does get you off its back, but it's really, really, really injured from that, actually. It's barely holding up.
That's all 3 actions.
Okay. Good positioning, good abilities. Baozin, your turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to use an action to sustain Needle of Vengeance. And I'm going to and I'm going to keep the same effect of increasing my armor class.
Mhm.
And that gives me 2 actions to inflict pain. Given that he's low on health and frightened, I'm going to cast Needle Darts.
Okay.
What is it that I have? Cold Iron?
Something like that.
I'm going to double check. Yeah, Cold Iron.
Taking a chunk of cold iron, dividing it up into many small parts, you sling these needles towards it, and because it is frightened too, that is a hit.
Thank you. Shugo?
And with that, it is sprayed with a needle, or these many darts, as Shugo is on its back, sort of still at this point because it didn't really get to do anything else. These needles start to cleave through it and leave behind these trails of red. There are these butterflies, both out from underneath Shugo's jaws and from those needles that start to flutter out from its wounds. And, well, it's only a few that start, and then it becomes more and more as they rend themselves, split themselves out from its flesh. This burst of thousands of little red butterflies with razor-sharp wings and claws that, well, threaten to hurt both of you. Shugo and Baozin, I need a reflex save. It's a success on your end, Shugo. But Baozin, you didn't really expect it to come like that. Well, anyway.
That's fine.
That is 20 damage to you, Baozin. Shugo, you take half of that. As those red butterflies slice into you before dissipating in that burst.
Healing you earlier was the correct call. Ooh.
Thank you.
With the vulture dead, that leaves Leodon to finish off the Kekko-daemon.
Alrighty, gonna devise a stratagem.
Mm-hmm.
Once I click a bunch of things. I can see why people like Investigator.
Mm-hmm. And you can see why they don't when they have a really low roll and don't have anything to do with it.
So as a reminder for him, he can use that for a skill check as well.
Yeah.
And he picks whether to make it an attack or a skill check. So you can make that a skill check, and I think attack normally still, couldn't you?
Cool.
Correct, yeah.
I'm gonna make it
Be like a recon nod. I mean, it doesn't really need to be anything. We just need to kill this creature that has really low health.
yeah.
Just
How do I use it?
What do you mean? You quickly drop down, devise a stratagem, but ignore that. Just make a strike. For now.
Just a normal strike?
Yeah. Without
I'm gonna
the
use his
device.
fangs.
Oh my goodness.
Or is that uncouth? Is that out of character?
That's right. Go for it.
Well, if it doesn't do enough damage.
It's gonna force. It's forcing me to use the stratagem.
Just roll it. Well, minus if it changes the outcome. Yeah, it wouldn't change the outcome either way, unfortunately. 2 plus 2. I don't know what this is. But anyway.
One more action. I can. Wait, can he not attack multiple times a turn?
He can, yeah. It's just he can't
Okay.
use devise a stratagem multiple times.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna make a map attack.
Mm-hmm. Won't hit, unfortunately.
It would have been funny if that hit.
Well, this creature is still in play, and it can still make people diseased, so it's going to attack Yuga 3 times. Just make things easy. Natural 1, 7, and its last roll is an 18, but
No!
actually it will exactly hit. Even on map 8. Because of its agile trait, you take 7 damage, roll fortitude save.
Oh, man.
Fortitude
Okay,
is
that's
enough. Yuga, you need to take care of this thing.
Divine Lance, I attempt murder.
That's a hit. And
Oh, one of them wasn't a 1.
with enough energy behind it, the Divine Lance of Pharasma strikes true and sends it careening to the ground, dead. That is the end of that combat.
Wow.
Wow.
I made sure to get that anti-plague and anti-venom. You know what I didn't do? Drink them.
Well,
Is it too late to drink?
you don't
Depends if
feel
we can identify this thing.
very bad, but yes, if you want to make a religion check against these guys, you could learn more about the disease.
I do want to try.
21, you succeed. You realize that cacodemons carry with them cacodemonium, which isn't that bad, it just makes you a little bit insane. Just stupefied. And it can also whisper into your mind.
It still feels like kind of a liability here in a place like this.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
Strange.
everybody is safe at least. I'm glad.
Give your...
Well, these will fortify me. So, yeah, it's a good preventative. I don't know if we'll encounter anything poisonous or not.
I think you were saying something about experience, but then
Yes. 120 experience points for that encounter.
something was said about a seed. Does this vulture, did it consume the heart, or did it just destroy it?
The heart still lies within the branch-filled nest. You also find a few more things hidden amongst the nest. These feathers that, while seem to have come from the vulture, have little symbols on them as well. Not sure how they got there, but they're yours for the taking.
I'm gonna take the heart. Yeah.
Okay. Bazin. As you take the heart in hand,
I made a mistake.
Yep.
I'm looking for something real quick. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright. You take the heart in hand, the still beating heart, and even though the vulture was picking at it, it's not exactly worse for wear. It's human-sized. And yes, it seems like there is some sort of life still pumping within it. As you look down at it, the place around you, the realm around you, shifts. Night falls more deeply, plunging the foggy forest into a more complete darkness. You start to get this impression that you're being watched, and that there is something approaching from the forest, from all directions. It's just ever present in your mind. But a moment
I look around.
for sound of toppling trees and a thunderous roar echoes across the land around you. Something immense has been awakened by your actions. For the purposes of it, you realize that this heart, essential as it is also maybe what is going to attract this creature. I'm putting you all back into initiative. And you hear a voice as well. Plant the seed.
Where do we plant it?
Okay, what do we
actually.
roll?
Your initiatives? Sorry, I'm just messing with music. Let's do this music. Nah, this one isn't imposing. Where's a good buzz?
Oh, we are rolling initiative?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You are...
I do not get the temporary effects from rage because it's too soon.
His hand was laid upon the heart. Whatever being that is the land around you is incredibly angry. With that, you're all looking around, trying to find some source for it, and unfortunately, you just aren't able to do anything before the sound of that something immense is striding through the forest. Okay, let's see. That terrifying roar that you had first heard. I need a will save from everyone.
Oh boy.
For the purposes of things, Shugo, Baozin, and Liao Dan are all frightened one. As it rings in your ears. Second, the trees around you begin to twist and warp. It's not only just the fog that makes them look like they're shifting, but they seem to come to some sort of malevolent life, and their branches begin to strike out at each of you in turn. You're all on this path, so it's a little bit harder for them to get to you, and for some reason, Baozin, the trees don't... They pull their punches against you. So everyone make a reflex save. I'll apply your bonuses when we get to them.
I'm going to use a hair point on my personal reflex.
Okay.
Better.
Alright, so, Shugo, you take the full force. Actually, you take, critical hit, because of a low reflex save there. Yuga, you also take a critical hit. Liaodon, because you're on the path, actually does succeed, so he takes half damage, and Baozin, you also succeed taking half this. So 2 doubles, 2 halves. So, Shugo, one of the trees you're closest to just swipes into you viciously, and too quickly for you to stop, in fact. Yuga, you're barely standing after that too. So, with all of that, it is the beginning of this, well, encounter, as it were. Baozin, you hold the heart in your hand.
I yell to the others that we need to run back to the shrine. Because I'm presuming that my character would understand planting the seed as putting the heart back in the body.
It's a guess.
Oh, it's a guess.
I can't confirm it.
Alrighty, I'm gonna make 2 strides. What's my move speed? 25? Yeah.
You're rushing
And I'm also
along the
gonna
path.
command my familiar to move, and she has a 40-foot move speed. There we are. That's my turn.
Okay. As you rush with your familiar, feeling really bad yourself, Shugo would actually go before the trap or the encounter's turn, so I'm just going to reveal it so you guys know where it is. Then we go to Liaodon. Liaodon looks around and sees this as maybe another problem. He could recall knowledge about things, try to figure something out. More details, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him do that. What skill check would that be?
It'd be a nature or religion.
Alrighty. Would this count for pursue a lead?
His leads, the Path of Enlightenment and Ghost Wall. Yeah, we'll say it does apply. So yeah, you can add that.
Okay.
As he ponders the question, he knows there's probably ways to reduce the anger of the forest all around you, but he can't precisely tell you exactly what would do it. You can make guesses, you can try things, but he doesn't know the answers for certain. He has 2 more actions.
Probably run.
Okay.
5. Is that 25? No, I moved too far. Okay. Player sheets were blocking me. That is the... Oh, he moved. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Yuga, your turn.
Oh,
You're sort of breaking up.
yeah, it's my mouse.
Your mouse is...
I do push to talk on my mouse.
Oh,
It's
okay.
one of my options. That's my usual. So I'm having to. I'm switching to using a key on my keyboard for it, which I don't normally do.
well, do whatever you need to do. But for the purpose of
Yeah.
it, healing.
Okay. Get up, Shugo. I can't afford to run in my condition. I'm going to have to battle medicine myself.
Okay.
Take the risk.
It's a pretty good heal.
Low roll though.
Either way, heals you up decently well. Now, go over to Shugo.
Shugo's gonna get up. Kind of look around to try to figure out what's going on. See Bazin running off with the heart.
It's said to plant the seed.
And Balzan did say to run. Or were you unconscious?
He heard all that, just for the ease of it.
Okay.
I guess Shugo's gonna start going too.
It was like literally seconds
Mm-hmm.
that he was out.
Isn't the body really far away?
It's a decent ways away, down around the corner.
Shugo's gonna start digging in his spot here.
Digging?
Like to plant the heart as an option, maybe. Maybe? No. He's just gonna keep running.
Okay.
Without rage, I can't go very far.
Right. Unfortunately, now the anger of the forest around you, whatever creature seems to just have control over the whole place, the whole realm, is going to roar once more. I need a will save from everyone.
No, Hero.
Okay.
It didn't take it.
Well, I don't have any hero points on Balzan. Ha ha ha, I have to keep the net one.
You're frightened 2. That's all it is.
Oh.
20 on Yuga, you still fail, you're frightened 1. Liadon succeeds. Shugo, you fail, you're frightened 1. If I can find you.
I got it already.
Okay, good. Second action that it takes, has the time to take it. I need a reflex save, as once again the trees lash out these wicked claws as branches. A success on Shugo's part.
Everyone. Okay.
Everyone needs it. Guys are on the path, and Baozin has his bonus. Liaodon is perfectly fine, or succeeds rather. Baozin, because you have the heart, you do succeed, because they seem to pull away from the heart. Only Yuga fails. Not terrible damage. 10 damage to Yuga, 5 damage to everyone else. So lashing, breaking against your skin, your armors. That'll be its turn. Baozin, over to you.
Alrighty. I'm gonna use, again, 2 actions to stride, and 1 action to command my familiar.
Okay.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright.
Wait, it gives my familiar 2 actions, so she's gonna move again. Oh, would it be stupid to give her the heart?
The trees haven't been attacking it, but they probably will start attacking it if it has the heart.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna have her move ahead a bit then to scout.
Okay. Liaodon's turn. He still realizes there's probably something he could figure out, but he needs to take the effort to do it.
Alrighty. There's no target, so I can't do devise a stratagem, so it's just a religion check, right? Religion or nature?
Yep.
Let's do nature for luck.
Okay, so...
Oh, that was a good idea.
Liaodon realizes that whatever this creature is, it is the land around you. It is infused with it. And if you were to offer some sort of natural or religious prayer against the evil, you could assuage the land a little bit, at least reducing what it's able to do to you. So if somebody makes a nature or religion check.
Information with the party.
That is a 2-action activity to disable a device, as usual for hazards.
Noted.
Yep, and he's relaying that information so that
Yes, of course.
our religious expert knows.
Mm-hmm.
You yell it really loud because I'm really far from you.
You hear it down the path through the fog. Pray away the anger, the hatred of whoever's domain you're in. Liaodon has 2 actions.
Alrighty. Yeah, he's gonna move. Alrighty, that's my turn.
Okay. Yuga.
Okay,
Over
I
to
am
you.
still unable to move, so it's a
2
1
action?
point heal.
Oh, 1. Okay. Not a bad one.
It negates the damage it took. And I begin loudly praying, calling out to the spirits, to the gods.
7 on the dice.
But I'm still
Move
scared.
16. Unfortunately, you're not able to gain any purchase against whatever this is. You're not able to convince yourself even that you can protect everyone. Hugo, it's your turn.
Hearing that there is a way to maybe make the woods less angry, Shugo's also going to try to use his knowledge of nature to make a prayer of some sort.
Okay.
Is nature okay to use for that?
Yes. $16. Exactly what you need there with 23 total. You call out with your own knowledge of nature and the spirits, whatever spirits are here, you're not sure, but you're hoping whatever it is, it's going to not be as angry as to shirk it, to stop it, at least for a little bit. The trees stop whipping around their branches, at least for now. You have one more action.
I'm going to keep moving for now.
Okay. Right up next to Baozin, we go back to Kugopti's anger. As you're able to assuage the land, the roaring still continues. I need a will save from everyone once more. Okay, I see a natural 20. Yuga, as your allies rush off into the fog, you're left alone. But yet, you steel yourself, because you're never completely alone. Pharasma is still watching over you. You are immune to the frightening roar for the next, well, for the foreseeable future. It will not affect you.
I love this.
Shugo, you succeed. You aren't continuing to be frightened. Liadon and Baozin fail. You're frightened 1. Or, well, Baozin, you're already frightened 1. It doesn't increase it, so you just stay frightened 1 this round. That is all it can do because you did that disable, but you realize that you need to continue the prayers, continue that, if you want to make sure the trees aren't going to swipe at you once more.
I'm going to keep going. Keep delaying it if you can. Hold on. I have a lesser healing potion. I should probably drink this.
Okay.
It's one action to get out and one action to consume, right?
I run it as single action at this point. Make it easier.
I'm gonna use it.
3 and 3 plus 5, totally of 11. Might help you, especially if you can dodge most of the trees.
It will help. Okay, then I'm gonna use 2 actions to stride.
Alright, getting up to here.
No, I meant here instead.
Okay,
I want to stay on the path.
sure thing. Liadon, what does he do?
Oh boy. Does he think he can learn anything else?
Not really, but he is skilled at nature.
Alrighty, he's going to use 2 actions to do that appeasement.
Okay. Liadon, I
Pursue
think...
a lead apply, or...
yeah, it will. It will.
Okay.
Okay, actually, Liadon, now that he realizes this and heard what Shugo was doing, he musters up whatever knowledge he has of the spirits and, of lands themselves being subsumed by spirits and prays away the danger, at least for the moment. He has one more action.
Probably striding.
Okay. Rushing up.
Yeah.
Yuga.
That gives me a chance to start catching up.
Mm-hmm. You hear the prayers echoing in the distance, and you realize the trees aren't whipping at you. So you look it through the fog. It's difficult for you, because you don't have dark vision, but you have low light enough that you know where you are. So what do you do?
Am I able to move my full speed then?
Yes. You remember the path, you hear your allies calling, all that.
Then I move my full speed up to Shugo.
Okay. As you catch up, Shugo.
Is there anything I can do to help him move along, or not really?
Not really.
What's he just gonna go to?
Past everyone. In fact, getting a little bit ahead. Catching sight of the rock where the body of Tensui Jing is still lying.
Is there anything else in the area? Any other apparitions or anything? Or
Doesn't seem so. Just the rage and the trees swaying around you, the fog, the deep night. As you're rushing through. I need everyone to make a will save once more as the rage still unleashes a terrifying roar.
I think I'm immune anyway.
Yeah, you're immune anyway. Everyone else does fail and are frightened. Actually, and are frightened 1, yes. So Baozin, Liaodon, and Shugo. Okay. That's all I can do, again, because you prayed to the spirits and abated it for the moment. Baozin.
Oh boy, it's everyone's favorite time. I'm going to use 2 actions to stride and 1 action to tell my familiar to stride.
Okay. Shugo has been gaining on you.
Shugo's gonna. Can you just take the heart from him?
Yeah. You can just pass it
Okay.
off.
I'll relay it to him.
It's a relay race.
Good luck.
You take it in your mouth. Careful
You
not
die,
to...
I'll... Don't swallow
Oh.
it.
Wait.
It's the only way you can run. Die hard dragon.
I'll beat the dragon next game. That's my turn.
Wait, just get up on your hind feet and like, yeah.
The lizards in Australia that just sprint on their back legs.
You're so long.
What's Liaodon doing here?
Okay, it hasn't been cast yet, no. He's gonna do that religion check. Sorry, the nature check again.
Yes, go for it. He fails this time, but he would have a hero point if you want to use his hero point.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I want Shugo to be able to run.
Unfortunately, it's not enough. It's not even a muster the
Alright.
words.
He's gonna stride. We'll want him closer in case somebody falls and...
Okay. Yuga, the trees are swaying, they're coming to life once more.
I pray super, super hard.
Okay. 4 on the dice is not going to cut it. You spend those 2 actions trying as you might.
And they run 25 feet.
Okay. Shugo. The rock is in sight.
I can't quite make it all the way there with 2 actions.
You won't be able to plant the heart in, but
There
you'll
with 3.
be able to jump up on top. It gives, for the purposes of things, the forest one more chance to swipe at you all. So, first, the roar echoes out a final time. Roll will save. That'll be a failure, frightened 1. That'll be a failure, frightened 1. Actually, no, that's exactly a success, so you're good, Baozin. Liaodon is a failure, frightened 1.
he'll be fine.
And Yuga is just fine. I now, though, need everyone's reflex saves, including Shugo. Some long branches swipe out at you. But you have the... Yuga succeeds. I see a success, a very good success on Shugo. In fact, because you have the heart, I think that's still not a critical success because you're frightened 1, unfortunately. Baozin critically fails. So, as Baozin, you hand off the heart quickly. You're taken by some of the branches and slashed deeply into.
No!
You take double this.
Oh, I am down.
Liaodon takes full. Shugo takes half. Yuga takes half. Liaodon takes the full damage. But, for the purposes of things, Shugo, you're there with the heart. You took one final, volley of the tree branches. You see Baozin fall, but the body is there. The cavity still ready for the heart, for the seed.
He's not one to mess up history, I guess. And he's going to quickly just shove the heart back into the open cavity.
As the heart is planted back where it belongs, the whole forest shudders as there is one final ear-shattering roar from this gigantic creature that seems to be everywhere at the periphery at once. Wherever each of you is, you get the feeling it is just behind you, just beyond the tree line. It is so close. Yet, as the heart is implanted, there's a howl of pain, frustration, and then the sound of retreating steps, as if the unseen giant were fleeing into the distance. Shugo, you're the only one there to see Tansui Jing's body sink into the stone itself. Then, in an instant, an immense Sugi tree begins to sprout out from where she went into the stone, consuming the stone itself and shoving you harmlessly aside, Shugo. It rapidly grows to a height of nearly 100 feet, its branches unfurling as if it were a flower, and driving away all the fog around. As the fog fades, reality too itself fades all around you. And just as if you had walked through the wall on the edges of, well, this cursed land that you're in, you find yourselves in a new location. On a simple...
That'll be a good time for a 5-minute break.
Yes, it would. On a simple
Also, we did not
forest
pick up that
path.
chest of loot.
The feather tokens also find their way onto the ground next to you, so...
Okay, nice.
Oh.
But yes, we're going to take the 5-minute break here, and once we're back, we'll continue along. So, be right back in 5.
Sounds good.
And we're back. So, like I was saying, you all are suddenly transported out of that strange realm you were in, that past escape, whatever it was, and find yourselves in more familiar forest. Seems to be daytime. You look up at the clouds and it's partly cloudy. It's a crisp fall day. You look behind yourselves and you see the wall of ghosts at your back. Seems wherever you were first transported was something different, but now you seem to be back in the real world, just on the other side of the wall of ghosts, yet still seems there is no way for you to go back home.
Shugo kind of collapses after all that panic and all that running that they were trying to do, and just kind of takes a breather for a minute.
Correct.
Your mind wishes you to do that, but your body tells you you feel just fine. You're well rested.
What?
So go ahead and click the rest button. You're at full health. Whatever that was has a strange way of thanking you for whatever happened. But yes, you turn out to be well rested after that event.
And at full health?
And at full health, yes.
That's not confusing at all.
I won't complain.
Yeah, so you see Yuga just instinctively going down to start treating Bowsen, and then it's just taken aback as Bowsen just getting up. If he was even down at all.
Yeah, he would have been unconscious, but he still would have been there on the floor, but he just wakes up like, oh, yeah, what happened? That sort of thing.
That was a weird freaking dream.
We're all okay. All of us. I take it you made it to the body then.
My body... I thought it hurt, but... it doesn't.
I took the heart to the body, yes, Yuga. And then we ended up here once I placed it back where it belonged. The tree grew massively. I don't know what that was. I don't think I've ever really experienced something like that before, besides like a dream, maybe. But we're back where we should be, I think. Look, the wall of ghosts behind us. Let's just keep going for now. I feel fine.
That works for me. I would like to see what's up ahead.
As you guys step your first steps upon this path, you realize that you are embarking upon the Pilgrim's Path. And since you all grew up in Willowshore, you know a lot about it. 46 years ago, the monastery was abandoned, and the road to the monastery, though, had become very overgrown and pretty indistinguishable in those 46 years, since nobody went there anymore. But as you step foot here, the Pilgrim's Path appears seemingly as it did in times past. It's well manicured, groomed. Seems like it has a lot of traffic. It certainly doesn't line up what you thought it was like.
This is very strange, all of it.
Very.
I guess we should see. Maybe somebody has been secretly taking care of this place recently.
I suppose so, unless we're possibly still before our time.
If that dream was real, was it symbolic? Was it literal? The monk who made the temple, maybe she still takes care of the forest.
Oh, and before I forget, give yourselves 80 experience points for planting the seed. Or rather 60, sorry.
So 950 total?
Yep.
Man, I love math.
Very useful. But, refreshed as you are, you know that this journey is supposed to be a multi-day journey. And, well, looking out beyond you, all you see is forest, trees, and the path winding through them. As you guys proceed down the path.
As we're traveling, Shugo's going to be looking out for any other signs of people that might be here. Maybe footprints, anything
Okay.
like that that might indicate other people are around.
Roll me a survival check. You can't quite tell if anyone's been by or not. Yet as you guys are trekking along, at one point you round a corner, and you find that there's a creature ahead of you. A familiar silhouette, in fact, of a kappa. It's trudging at a snail's pace, sort of at the side of the path, but going in the same direction you were. I didn't give him the right image, that sucks. But anyway. Oh, they do have him. They just didn't do it right. Okay. He doesn't look like that. He looks a lot worse. He looks like this.
Oh my.
He doesn't seem to have realized you're there just yet.
Ew.
Well, Shugo's quick to move up. This is the first person we've seen outside the wall. Hello there. Are you
Oh.
traveling to the temple?
Hey, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, please.
We're not going to hurt you.
Turns
Why
around
would
and
we do that?
immediately drops to his hands and knees. I promise, I'm doing as you asked. I'm walking again.
I think
Wait.
you are confusing us for somebody else.
This isn't some trick.
No. What's the problem?
Sort of holds his head to the side, doesn't even make eye contact. Roll diplomacy check as you make an impression, literally.
Is his head empty?
Yes.
Oof.
I don't know this. This could be just one of her tricks again. He sort of crawls to the side of the road. Just go by. Just. I don't want any trouble.
We're not here to cause you any trouble. You you're in. It looks like you're suffering. Shugo's gonna reach back to one of his pouches that he probably bought in town and pull out his water skin.
You don't know much about us, do you? It's just a cruel joke now. You know that only the water of our home waters can refill our heads. Not any water will do. It's
This is
our home. It has our memories. It has our energy. Random
how
water
far
won't do
away?
it.
This isn't random water. This is water back from Willow Shore.
I'm not from Willow Shore. You know that already, witch. Stop
Hold
playing
on.
your cruel
Not the
trick and let
witch.
me go
I'm
by.
the witch.
This is no witch. This is Shugo. Guardian. of Willowshore?
Roll me another diplomacy check, and you guys can aid if you want to. Like, Shuga, you could roll nature to aid if you want, and anybody else who wants to. Yeah. I like to allow people to aid with different checks if they're not diplomacy, if they, are talking, of course. But it does need to be a face who makes the main roll. So, with that, Shugo sort of realizing and backing off, and Yuga, calm as ever, explaining things. He sort of finally raises his eyes to make eye contact. You aren't her or her agents. Then I could use your help. You look like the type who would help you. You already tried to help me. I'm Enko. My name's Enko. I live in Mirror Lake, which is down the Pilgrim's Path.
Enko?
Yes, Enko. But I lived sort of alone there in Mirror Lake. Ever since people stopped coming to the lake along the Pilgrim's Path, the other Kappas, they left. For better waters, they said. But I preferred the solitude. But it's been a long time, and there was someone who finally came along. They introduced themselves as Iogaka. Quickly, they turned to tricks and cruel jokes, pretending to be my friend until they finally tricked me into spilling the water from my head.
Does that name sound familiar to me whatsoever?
It does not.
Or
There's
me.
no reference point for that name whatsoever. She was
I don't know
entertained.
that name.
Terribly entertained. Decided to pick me up with her powers over the wind and flew me far, far from that lake and sent me crashing down as far as she could to this wall of ghosts. I had realized this wall of ghosts was here, but it didn't bother me any. But it seems to be the limit of where she can throw me away, far from Mirror Lake.
How can we help you?
I need to get back home. And I need to be protected from that Iogaka. She still whispers in my mind. The simplest breeze on the wind. She keeps promising to send me back as far as she can over and over again when I get back to my home. I just want to get back home. If you can protect me, maybe you can deal with her.
We will do everything in our power to help you get back home and keep you safe in doing so.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. She's some sort of storm mother. She's a terrible and frightening being that can hurl lightning and blasts, wind that can strip flesh from bone.
And she has taken up residence at your lake, or is she just from around there?
She's taken up residence. I've never seen her before. And since you've been so kind, I'm afraid that she will punish me for saying this, but she has a particular and strange distaste for the scent of burning incense. Of course it'd be difficult for someone who has power over wind to be affected by something carried on it, but she does not like incense being burned.
Do we have any incense? She goes and asks the rest of the group.
I don't make a habit of carrying it with me.
I might. It makes sense for my character, but I never bought any.
You
Do I
guys
have
would
the
not
feet?
have the appropriate incense.
Yeah, no. I thought of taking that prepared feat. No, actually, I didn't. That's a lie.
Persistent planner or whatever. Well, I don't think
yeah.
we have any incense, but thank you for the information. We'll keep it in mind.
Well, we need to keep going. I'm sorry, I'll probably slow you down. It's very disorienting not having water in my head.
I can try to carry you if you would like.
You can try. I'm not sure if it would help. But okay. What athletics check, Shugo?
Not like in his mouth, but like on his back. Oh,
Right.
Okay.
Trying to carry this creature, he is the size of one of those Great Danes, large dogs. Well, maybe a little bit less than that. Just a large dog. And he's a lot heavier because of that shell. So, yeah, you quickly fail at carrying him. Oh,
Maybe we can walk.
It's alright. These paths, they're meant to be taken slowly and steadily. Look at all of the nature around you. We should still be able to get to the bridge shrine by sunset. It goes over the, lake.
Say, do you know who's maintaining these roads? It's been 50 years since anybody has probably come up this way from the village.
50 years? Has it really been that long?
Since the monastery was abandoned, yes.
I don't think anyone's taking care of these paths. But I can't imagine it's been that long.
We will just have to keep going and find out, I suppose.
Alright. So, as you guys head along this forested path, it winds and wends and, well, you go on for a couple of hours, about 5 or so, winding and weaving slowly, mostly because of the turtle with you through this forest. It's decently nice. It's actually pretty beautiful. The weather's nice, crisp, but not cold. And every so often, Enko sort of shouts and bats at the wind. Every so often. But it doesn't slow you down. For long, you're on the lakeside, looking out at Mirror Lake, a very pristine, well, of course, mirror-like location. And Enko, where's Enko?
Well, that's a relief.
For some reason they gave me the... Oh, hold on, I can fix that. That's in the back of me. Just need to copy him. Finally. We're here. We just need to get to the... And before he can even step another foot forward, you hear slithering and sort of breaking against some of the tree branches and some of the grass as these two creatures strange as they are. Well, actually, no. You see two creatures that look like snakes. Before long, as they come out of the reeds, they reveal themselves as two-headed snakes, one on each end. I need you guys' initiatives.
How do they determine who goes in front?
Who knows?
You could ask them.
Ah. He just rushes behind you guys. He's not gonna, of course, engage. I'm gonna change the music. A little bit more wildernessy. Monster Banner? No. Where's the good one? Range, there we go. Okay. As the snakes burst out of the grass, Leodon, who's been quiet so far, is quick to go for the first one. What does he do? No.
Sorry, forgot about that again.
Mm-hmm.
Target, devise a stratagem.
Alright. A
And
good
I'm
design.
I'm gonna make a free nature check. Not
Yes.
gonna use it.
Nature. And a really good roll there, too. In fact, he's able to realize that these are Amphisbaena. They are exceedingly aggressive, venomous vipers of remarkable size that bear two heads on each end of its body. Moves like a sidewinder, but it sort of like attacks with both heads at once sometimes. So what do you want to know specifically about them?
I'm gonna say special abilities.
Alright. You realize that they will be taking twin bites. But they both can't attack the same person. They have to be able to attack two different people.
So spread out.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna share that. Anyways, he is then going to use an action to strike with his crossbow.
Alright. It's a definite hit. Quick crossbow shot is made. He deals 8 damage to it. Slashes in. Doesn't slow it down, though.
Alrighty, last action to reload. That's his turn.
Alright. Belzin, then yours.
Oh, it's my turn. You know what? It's easier this way. My familiar's under me. I'm gonna cast Nudge Fate. I'm gonna buff myself with it, and I'm gonna debuff the enemy north of me.
Alright. Pushing your fate towards success.
Then, with that applied, I'm gonna cast Needle Darts.
Mm-hmm. A quick shower of darts. Though it's able to sort of slither away from most of them. Alright.
Yep, that's my turn.
Here we go.
Alright. Shugo's gonna jump to action here and kind of go slinking off after this northern snake.
Mm-hmm.
He's cautious as he approaches, but he leaps in and kind of tries to bite it right in the middle of its body.
That's a hit, definitely.
Can they be
Able to
split in half?
leap in and snap into the snake. Deals a decent amount of damage, but you've gathered its ire as well.
And cautiously, he's going to slink back from it a little bit.
Okay.
Just venomous snakes aren't something you want to be next to.
Not exactly. As you slink away from the grass there, one of its heads rears up and spits venom. directly for you. And as it sort of coats your scales, I do also need a fortitude save. Which
I thought I was being clever.
will fail, actually. So, you take an extra 1d6 poison, so 3 there. You are also enfeebled 1. And for the purposes of things, I'm just going to... Can I make this hidden and put it out to chat? It's kind of annoying if I can't do that. Hold on. Can I hold Alt? No. Okay. I'll just keep track of it. Okay. Because I don't want to reveal what I can actually do to you until you actually know. So, that being said, it is also going to then slither its way down here and make a twin bite against both Yuga and Baozin. Both at map 5, though.
Cool.
Oh, okay. It's only map 5.
Well, at least it
Not a
prevents a
crit.
critical. And a natural 1 to
thank you,
Baozin.
crit.
It mostly focuses on Yuga as it's, well, one of its heads sort of pulls away the other's attack. So, it will deal 9 damage to you, Yuga, but I do need a fortitude save. You do have an antidote going. And strangely, it is not as if time passed when you guys quote-unquote rested. So you still have those up. Yeah, you're totally
So
fine.
I imagine I'm still battle medicine immune.
Battle Mass immune? Yeah, we'll say that, because you have some
Yeah.
bonuses to being, yeah. Alright, that is that one's turn. This one is going to rush down here and do twin bites against Liadon and Yuga. And unfortunately, these are both at the same nice, like, top penalty or whatever, like, no map. So 14 damage to Liadon. Liadon needs to make a poison save. A fortitude.
Fortitude. Ah, yes, let me get my poison set together. That was... What? Oh, that was Bowsen's sheet. Wait, they have the same modifier.
Yeah, so you still take the 1d6 poison and are enfeebled on Liadon. So 3 extra poison damage. It then goes for Yuga. Let's see. Yuga. Which will be a crit. As the fangs lash
Cool.
into you, you take 24 points of damage. And I also need a fortitude save.
I need to redo that.
Okay.
That's weird, but it happened. What? Okay, I need to backtrack. I'm sorry, something went wrong.
Yeah, just take the 24.
There it goes.
I don't think you would have had damage coming into the... oh, wait, no, the other one... Did the other one
I've
hit
been
you?
hit twice, yeah.
Okay. You do succeed on the fortitudes, though, so at least you're not getting poisoned by these creatures. On its last turn, it is going to slink around the back here. Actually getting a flank right there. So, Yuga, it is yours.
That's cool. I go 25.
Mhm.
And I heal myself.
Alright.
Thank you for testing if they had opportunity attack.
Luckily,
You're
they
so
do.
welcome. That's my turn. I am a tank.
Mm-hmm.
And now none of us are 2 squares from each other.
Liadon.
Alrighty. He is going to target this one up here. And he's not too injured. Devise a stratagem and strike.
Won't probably hit.
Probably won't hit. So, probably going to use that on another nature check. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I need to do a nature check anyways. Okay, that's the nature check that comes for free. And then he's just, instead of attacking, he's gonna back off.
Don't move him next to Yuga.
There.
Thank you.
All right.
That should be his turn.
Mm-hmm. So, with that, over to Bowser.
Alrighty. Let me double check some things. What is this? Just checking my spells. Okay, this lower one, the Needle of Vengeance. Just apply the curse, and he'll have to roll the will save whenever he attacks me.
Okay, sorry, I've been, again, distracted.
Oh, I am too. My head's everywhere. I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm. But we continue. So, yes, you applied that to them. Then you also did a nature check. Nature check didn't succeed. Yeah, you were going good. So, what else you got?
Okay, and the one to my north... No, they can't... They don't understand language. So instead, I'm going to cast Void Warp on the one above me.
Okay. 12 on the dice does succeed, but he'll take half.
Damage is damage.
Mm-hmm. Shugo, over to you.
I'm gonna keep doing the same maneuver and gonna move to this snake that's attacking Balzan. And I'm gonna bite.
Up there on the flank, easy hit for you. Roll the damage. Pretty big hit, 16 points of damage. That one's looking pretty rough.
Attack again or step away? I think I'm gonna have to step back again.
Mm-hmm. So you step
That's all
right
three.
on back. We go back to this one. Okay, so back on this one's turn. Shugo, you were poisoned by it. I need a fortitude save. Natural 1. I think at this point, though, I should have given you guys the extra hero points, so you guys have them if you want to use them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to use a hero point on the critical failure. Okay.
Okay, well, somebody else had a double net 1 in my Monday game actually this week, so they're following through. Yeah, you're poisoned. It's just completely going under your scales, is going into everywhere, and you are paralyzed. It's stage 3.
Alright.
And you take 9 poison damage as well, as your body sort of gets very rigid and you can't really move all that much. So, with this one, it is going to... It doesn't have an opportunity to do its double bite. You guys are being smart now. So, it's
We
going
do
to
that sometimes.
start to wrap around Baozin, trying to grapple them. I believe a 25 against your fortitude DC of 17 does succeed.
Yeah, it does.
It grabs onto you, and then with the fangs, both ends of it are going to try to swipe at you. This first one does hit
Ooh, boy, it hits.
for 9.
So as I take piercing damage, I'm going to use my reaction.
Okay.
Blood Vendetta. This is a
Okay.
will save that is not a mental effect.
Works for these guys. 14 though. They just
Are
barely
you
succeed,
serious?
even though their will DC is really low. It still succeeds. They take half their persistent bleed, so you can put that out. I'll press the half button, and it'll be on them. At the end of the turn, they'll take it. So, you do
That
take
is
that 9 damage. Roll me the Fortitude save as well. 16 does make it a
Die.
fail. You take another 1d6 poison damage. 1 poison damage.
I'm gonna die.
And
You're
goes
not
for
gonna die.
a map 10, which it misses very badly. Alright, at the end of its turn, it should automatically roll us the damage. There it is. So half of that. Oh wait, actually no, it's already having it, so it's 3 total. And then it rolls recovery, and it does fail that recovery with Natch 1. Alright,
Man, if I only got that earlier.
remind me, who's got the Needle of Vengeance? Like, who's protected by it?
I am.
Oh, you're protected by it, okay. It still wants to do a double bite, so it's going to bite Enko and you.
Okay, needs to make that will save.
Put it out to chat for me. Actually, no, I can roll it from the buff. Rolls an 18. It does succeed, it'll take half. So you can roll the damage, I'll take half. There we go. Yep, double bite. Fangs on
Only
you.
one of the brains gets hit.
19, that is a crit. That's a big crit.
I'm
Spells
gonna
in,
die.
you take 30 points of damage.
I'm unconscious.
Sending you to the
You're
ground.
fine.
The other set of fangs goes for Enko. I didn't do anything. He's crit as well. He takes 32 points of damage. He's very, very, very badly hurt. He needs to make a fortitude save. Which he just barely succeeds, so at least he's not going to be poisoned. Then it's going to shift over here towards Liaodon and do a map attack. These guys are nasty. But 2 on the dice means a failure. Yuga, over to you now.
Those rolls, all of them screwed me over.
That's cool. Dried battle medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that hard to say?
I don't know.
Okay, Bowsen first.
Mm-hmm.
I do not feel ready to do the DC 20. I don't know, I keep making it. It's too risky.
All you need to do is get him up. You need to get him up.
Oh!
There you go. 7 healing. Still grabbed, but at least alive.
Indeed.
And you move away a fair bit.
I'm gonna get out of here. Alright, that's your turn.
That's my full turn.
Liaodon. I forgot Liaodon's poison. So I need a fortitude save from him.
Oh. Okay.
Because it was the other guy who was doing his poison, and that's a crit fail.
He's gonna use a hero point on that.
Yeah.
Actually, is that... No, that's not a crit fail. Okay. But still. A failure. He is at 2d6. Should be 6 damage. He's also enfeebled 2. And he is slowed 1.
Oh no.
But he still has his turn. What's he gonna do?
Okay. He did not fire last time, so he can stride up here.
You only have 2 actions, by the way, not 3.
You're slowed.
Never mind. This one's badly injured. If I get lucky, I can take it out. But I also... Is there a penalty for point blank firing? I forgot.
There is none. Except for reactor strike. But remember, less creatures on the battlefield is a lot better than
Yeah,
spreading
don't
out
target
damage.
the one that's like
Yeah.
at full health. Target the one that's almost maybe.
Yeah,
like,
target the one
full.
that's low in health. Please be good. That
It's not great.
Does he have 2 hero points? Can he hero point his Device Stratagem?
Cannot, because they
No,
are
I-
fortune effect.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just first for the free nature recall knowledge.
Yep.
Oh, where
right.
was that?
What else do you want to know?
Highest save.
The highest save is their reflex.
I could have guessed that. I really shouldn't fire because it's gonna miss. An 18 isn't gonna hit. Yeah, 18's not gonna hit. We saw their AC is 21 earlier.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's one action. Does he have any defensive actions? Bon Mott.
It's not
One
gonna work
move.
against snakes.
Yeah, unless he has the snake language.
He has
God,
a lesser
dude.
healing potion.
I think the best defense for him right now is to move away.
Yeah, I agree.
Not next to me.
That's 25. Okay, that's his turn.
Okay, then Deers bows in. You're still grabbed by that snake. You're sort of wrapped in it.
Oh boy. I'm not slowed yet. Let me figure out what to do. They aren't immune to mental effects, are they? Or do
Nope.
we not know?
Remember, the vast majority of creatures will not be immune to mental effects. It's only constructs like mindless creatures. They have a mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We faced so many of those in the last game.
A few, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give up on Needle of Vengeance, and I'm going to cast Phantom Pain on this nearby beast.
Okay, roll me the DC 5 for the grab. Yeah, good.
I forgot about that. I am very thankful that worked.
It's gonna roll its will save. 17.
Why?
Okay, well, it's gonna take the full initial damage, so you can roll that out for me. Should be 3 and 3, total of 6, not bad. Hurts it a little bit more, but doesn't bring it down
Bad for
anywhere.
a spell slot.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna try to escape.
Okay,
Yeah,
acrobatics,
double check.
athletics, or unarmed.
I'm double checking if I have anything for this. Oh my goodness, I do have cringe.
Gotta remember your abilities.
Yeah, I keep doing this to myself. Actually, instead of giving up on Needle of Vengeance, I'm going to sustain it with a casting of Cackle.
Okay.
So then I still have that free action for... escaping. Sorry, I forgot the term. And I'm going to change the Familiar Bounce Luck to defend myself.
Okay.
Lastly, Acrobatics.
That's your 20.
Oh.
You free yourself and then can even move 5 feet as well. A little bit away.
You wanna nope, move up.
What do you mean? Oh.
Oh, that doesn't help. Never mind.
No, none of it helps. Let me think.
It was left to move either way, so
So, with that being said... Okay, yeah.
That's my turn. Needle of Vengeance is sustained.
Shugo, you're paralyzed. You roll your fortitude save now, though, Shugo. Okay. Well,
Of course.
that's 3 natural ones in a row. Six damage to you, Shugo, as you're still paralyzed. How long does this poison last? Okay. Well, this guy here is going to start munching on Shugo. First Fang Strike. Will hit. For 14 damage. Second Fang Strike. Is, I think, a miss. Third Fang Strike. Actually, there's no third. Alright. Shugo, sort of as still as a statue, is preventing his own death. And it also takes 4 damage. Recovery check. It does succeed on the recovery. This one is going to... Enko would have run by now. This one is going to go here. And stretching its body out, attack both Baozin and Yuga.
Try your best to miss, Baozin. That's
Kingdom
not
Baozin.
what I wanted you to do.
Hey, I have reaction for this.
It won't help. It will not help. You cringe, but you still fall over. Yeah. I don't think it would have... maybe it would have helped last time, but I don't know. God. These guys are rolling way, way, way too fucking good. Like, look at
How
this
did we
shit.
do amazing against the Vulture, and then... What the heck?
It's like 17s, 19s, 16s, and you guys roll natural ones, natural ones, natural ones. Fucking hell. God damn it.
What the heck?
Alright.
Critical damage to Yuga. I think you survive, at least. Roll your fortitude save, Yuga.
Okay, well, at least they got that antidote going.
Speaking of, Leodon needs to roll his fortitude save. 2 on the dice. Great.
+2, so it's 13.
Still would be a fail. And Leodon fails, he's paralyzed. Yeah.
We're not gonna die, are we? Once Yuga's the... Oh...
Okay, Leodon takes 10 damage. Yuga, he needs to roll low on this poison. He rolls high on the poison, and it knocks you down.
Yay!
Okay, everyone's out of combat. Fuck this shit. You guys should have leveled up by now anyway. And it's not gonna be fucking snakes that do this, because you guys roll 3 natural runs in a row and they keep rolling 19s and 17s.
Yeah, they succeeded against everything I tried.
At least that, yeah.
I tried debuffing them and damaging them and...
Okay, well, the snakes disappear. We're not ending our campaign over stupid-ass snakes that
They
roll
left
too high.
out of pity.
You guys can die, you can wipe to bosses and shit like that, but stupid snakes that are supposed to be like a throwaway encounter on the shores of a lake in the middle of nowhere, no, we're not doing that.
Freaking snakes! I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes.
Why did it have to be
Freaking
snakes?
horse.
Like, you have to admit, that was exceptionally, out of the ordinary bad luck, especially for Shugo, with 3 natural ones in a row. No, I don't, we're not destroying this campaign over that. No, I don't like that. So, you guys, fall asleep again and wake up, and, the snakes are gone. Though, in fact, the snakes prefer turtle meat to anybody else, so Enko is lying dead on the side of the road. That is your penalty.
Oh.
Oh, he's freaking dead. Wait, if they prefer turtle meat, why'd they leave his corpse?
Well, there's only a shell remaining.
Ew.
You asked. But yeah, we'll say that's really what happened. They didn't just disappear. The snakes, once you guys were all out of business, they much preferred chasing down Enko. Enko was chased into the woods and was eaten by snakes. So that's what that's how we Where's that? Y'all
Well, at least
awaken
there's no
worse for
punishment.
wear. And I also can't have that happen while Leodon's not present.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that would have sucked. Like, hey, sorry you missed the session. Everyone died. We're not doing that game anymore.
Yeah, no, we're not doing it. But yes, you do find Inko, the poor turtle, tormented and killed eventually by the snakes. So, y'all wake up.
Was that another dream? Oh, no. No. That hurts. Full heal or just like one?
Yeah, just like one heal. I think at this point it might be a good time to end the session so we can get Leodon
That's
back.
okay.
You know,
That's
here,
fine.
so
Yeah.
maybe these
Yeah,
disasters don't happen, and
agree.
I'm okay with that.
yeah. Also, you guys would be leveled up at this point, so we can do that for the end of session.
Oh, sweet. You guys get 50 experience for
Yeah.
freaking dying.
Well, I mean, you passed by the encounter. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those snakes are fucking nasty though, like paralyzed, double-headed paralyzed, like single action. Yeah, those guys are a little overtuned, honestly, but
I thought we were gonna do a little better than that.
yeah. But yeah, go ahead and level yourselves up if you want to today. We can also just wait until next time. Want to wait until next time because Leodon will get a chance to level up then. And so you're not all waiting there for Leodon to level up. Yeah, we'll do it next time.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone watching, this is why you play games with friends, so you can figure things out that make the most sense and not, you know,
Friend.
yeah.
Wait. Something you didn't consider.
What?
Minako didn't go down.
Yes, of
We
course.
could have won.
Minako would have done something, but no. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. There is a penalty for you guys going down, and that is Inko died. I wasn't very creative. I was more frustrated by how things went and how the rolls went. So I was just like, throwing my hands in the air, throwing the board off. You know, the snakes disappear now. It's just, they slid it away after the turtle because they prefer turtle. That's it. So, thank you guys for watching this train wreck. I think they'll be more well prepared
amazing.
when level 5 comes around, and yeah, I think that's the end of our session today. Yuga, you stream over on Twitch.
Sure do. Hi folks, I'm Chris Coble, the player of Yuga. I stream on Twitch at Twitch TV Captain_Coble. Changed it recently. On Wednesdays and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Central Time, come stop by. I do a lot of aquatic-themed games. It's fun.
All right. That being said, if you like the maps, they're not my maps. They are Foundry premium maps. Or you can buy Seasons of Ghosts on Foundry and get all these maps. But I also add extra maps to it where, they're not always covered. So if you find my Patreon, patreon.com/KoboldDM, they might be helpful. I am behind on making maps. I am very far behind because there's been so much happening in my life. But hopefully sometimes this week, though I really shouldn't be putting dates to it. Either way, I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.